Hello, my crafty friends. Crafting with the Krish coming at you with another video. I can't even say my own title. Go figure. I'm tongue tied today, y'all. I'm tongue tied. So, how you doing? My week is finally slowing down, finally catching up to reality, and yeah, I have some time to work on a diamond painting with you and do a little whip and catch you up on what I've been up to this last week, because it's been about a week since I've done a video, so it's time to chat, time to catch up. How you doing? What you doing? What you working on? What am I working on? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So glad you asked. This is my Chuck Pinson mystery kit that I'm working on for Mystery Mania, part of Diamonds and Dragonflies Patreon event. So we got new numbers this morning. So I'm working on some of my numbers. We get issued like 4 or 5 sections to do a week. You don't always have the same number. You don't have the same numbers, because once you do the section, you're done with that section. But sometimes numbers do repeat. So sometimes you get, if life is busy and you don't get, say, section number 38 done, then you'll have to wait until 38 comes back around to try to do it again, and maybe at that time it's a better time for you and you can get 38 done. There's been a couple weeks that I've only gotten one number done because it's been busy. I'm not gonna lie. Life happens. Life happens, and with this hobby, you kind of, it's kind of a homebody hobby. I mean, I do it for my mental health and my relaxation, and plus, after all this work, you get a beautiful picture out of it. So I just love that fact. I just love the hobby. Oh, excuse me. Where are my manners? Y'all, go get you some tea. Go get you some sugar-free Kool-Aid. Go get you a Diet Pepsi. I'm sorry, not Diet Pepsi. Pepsi Zero sugar. It's the new. Everything used to be called Diet, so I'm used to calling it Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. Now it's just zero sugar. I can't get used to it. It's diet something. It has no sugar in it. Sugar free. I went to the Brahms here last week to get bread and milk and whatnot, because I really have been enjoying their Brahms milk and bread. It stays soft forever. The milk stays good, like even after 2 weeks. I mean, I get mine used up, but it's still good 2 weeks, about 2 weeks after the due date on the date on the milk, right? I get mine used up. Yeah. I mean, I haven't this week. Usually I get mine used up. But, yeah, it's been fun. It's been kind of chaotic here at the house. And I haven't even been at the house. I came back last night from puppy sitting, so it's just, I came back from puppy sitting and yeah. We'll get into that later. But I told you what I'm working on. This is my Chuck Pinson mystery painting. What am I painting with? This is my pen from Lady Lathe, Vicki Peterson over there at Lady Lathe. This is her first segmented pen, and I was able to snag it. Isn't it gorgeous? This thing is like my favorite pen. It's just the right size for me, just the right weight. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It fits right in my hand, and you can flip it down to do the multiplacer. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love this pen. This is like perfect pen. So thank you, Vicki. I love my pen. What else am I using? I'm using my Harbor Freight containers for my drills. This little tray caddy that I'm using is from Creations Morin. It has a place for a pen there, and you can put putty, or you're supposed to be able to put a drill tray there, I think. But I put my colors there that I'm needing to grab, and then an extra pen. I have my extra Lorenz, my Richard Lorenz pen that I won back in January, February. This is the May pen. So yeah, I was able to snag one of those. So it's over there. That's like my second favorite pen. So yeah, that's what I'm working with, and that's what I'm working on. What are you working on, and what are you Are you doing any DP alongs, contest events, yada yada? I've got. I'm doing the Just Breathe event with Heather. I mean, painting along with Heather. Um, I'm doing the mystery for her Patreon. That's what the mystery kit is. We have another one coming up in June. I think is the one for the Zodiac. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to participate. I probably will. I'll have the Lorans done by then, so I'll have an empty spot, so I could probably pop in on that one. But yeah, it's. I don't want to get too much going on my table because I got a pretty full table over there. Got a pretty full table over there. I've still got Bookworm working on. I've still got my Winnie the Pooh working on it, and yeah, I'm staying busy. And now I'm back at the house, and I can kind of rotate them a little bit better. I took my Lorenz over to get it finished. I'm down to two or three sections on it, I think, and it'll be done. And which is good because I get to take it up to Arkansas and get up with him and have him sign it. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and he's excited about it because he hasn't seen a lot of diamond paintings, and I don't know why, y'all. He's humble as anything. And I asked him when I saw him at the craft fair back in October. I was like, hey, he was telling me about this the Ranzathon deal for his artwork. And I'm like, hey, no, I didn't know you had a DP along. I need to get in on that and do one. And so he gave me the information who to contact, and I got in on it, and I've been able to do it, and I love it. I was able to win. Let's see, I won a few things. I won the pin, one pin. I mean, they had giveaways for other pins, but I won. There was like 4 or 5 other kind of pins based on his painting, and I got, like I said, I got my May pin, yay. And then I got some putty packs. I think that they got given away, and that was pretty much it. But that's, and plus, whenever I get my painting done, I'm going to get to go over to Arkansas and meet with Rick, talk to him a little bit. I'm going to find out the story behind the mystery kit, which is, it's Finley. For those that are familiar with his artwork, it's Finley. And find out the story behind Finley and Nigel, and how that painting came to be, because there's always a story behind each one of his paintings, and they're based on, they could be a real person. Did you know that May was a real person and a real relative to him? Yeah. I did not know that until I asked him I was like, how do you come up with these names? Well, some of them are based on real people in my life. I'm like, okay, which ones? And he was talking about May. I was like, really? I was like, I've done May. It was like his grandmother or something. I'm like, oh wow, that was a neat story. So I'm eager to find out the story behind Nigel and Finley. How if they were based on real people, if he made them up, what their story is, yada yada. And so I think that'd be kind of neat to find out. And plus, he hasn't seen a lot of diamond paintings. Not a lot of people search him out. And I don't know why. He's so popular in the diamond painting world. But I guess that's probably a good thing. He can be my little hidden treasure. Oh, goodness. But yeah, he's really cool to talk to. He's really super sweet, humble, and kind. You would not think he would be... Just talking with him, you don't realize he's a famous artist. And he loves talking about his art and what it means and how, what the process is. He's just really sweet about that. And so I look forward to meeting with him and chatting with him about the artwork and what he's got coming down the pipeline. And, he might tell me which ones are coming out in DP world. I'm not going to tell you, he doesn't always know. He just submits them as he gets them done. So, which is good. I get to enjoy them. I've seen a couple in voting here recently, and so I'm eager to see what he's got on the agenda for diamond painting and what he's working on, and what his plans are for this next year and whatnot. So it's always good to catch up with friends. I'm looking forward to that, and you know, that's going to be a hoot. So, yeah, there's that. And, let's see. I have my notes over here. Let me refer to my notes. Talking about the Lorenz painting and the meetup. Yay. I can't talk enough about that. Working on my mystery painting. Okay, let's talk about Farmer's Market for a moment, because it's spring. You know, spring has sprung. And Farmer's Market is firing up. I did not go this morning. But that's okay, because I have 2 fresh zucchinis out in the backyard. Well, not in the backyard, in the patio with my container gardening. Y'all, okay, I did not actually think this container gardening would work, okay? But it has. I have got zucchini ready to pick. In fact, I'm going to have some for supper tonight. I just took out some chicken and some rope sausage, and I'm going to have some steamed zucchini with my supper tonight and some rice pilaf. And so, yeah, that's going to be supper. I'm looking forward to it. Yay. I didn't think this container gardening would work, but I've got the zucchini. I've got some yellow squash coming up right behind it. I've got some that are, they're about an inch long, the yellow squashes. They're the next day or so, week, they'll be ready. I've got green beans blooming and forming little baby green beans. I've got bell peppers coming on. I've got baby tomatoes forming. I saw a green tomato on my cherry tomato plant, y'all. I can't believe it worked as well as it did. But yeah, my goodness, container gardening may be my thing. And it keeps it away from the dogs, because otherwise the dogs would be all over it. You know, but go figure, container gardening. I never thought I'd be good at it, but apparently I am. But so I'm enjoying. I do enjoy going to the farmer's market. I haven't been this year. I'm kind of waiting for the salad stuff to get up there. I want me a fresh salad. My nose is running. My allergies. Sorry. Sniffy. I was just outside with the dogs, letting them out. So, and my neighbor is out there burning brush. I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. I have one neighbor on side of me burning brush, and the other one just put in a chicken coop or a duck coop. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen anything out there yet. Hubby said he saw some chickens or ducks or whatnot. I have not. I hope they make it because we've got. I heard some hooty owls last night. I'm like, I hope they're not after those little baby chickens or ducks or whatever they are. But they've got a little, like 2 little houses and some wire stuff in between them, so they've got something out there. I haven't seen anything come up between the 2 houses yet, but you know. Best of luck to them. Watch out for the owls and the hawks. I'm just gonna say that. You know, we live in the city. I would love to be able to live in the country and have a big chicken coop and have chickens all over the front yard and listening to chickens and guineas and what have you. I just think it'd be so cool. Obviously, I live in the city. I mean, I live in a rural Missouri, okay? You can still go out my back door and hear cows moving, so they're not that far behind us. So, you know, I'm in the city, but yet on the edge of the country, and I would really like to get more in the country. You never know. I might get my wish. Who knows? I don't plan on selling anytime soon, but you never know. You never know. Hubby is talking about moving again. I don't know if I want to do it or not. We haven't really. He just mentioned it to me yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Because I was still over at my friend's visiting, or not visiting, but dog sitting. And he had to come over and talk to me about it and get my ideas on it. I'm like, well, I'm over here dog sitting. I can't really come home right now, but you can come over here and visit me if he's like, I need to talk to you about something. I said, well, I'm over here at their house. You know where it's at. Come on over. They don't mind you coming over. You know, they know you. They trust you. And so yeah, he came over. We had a chit chat, and he's talking about job switching again, and that would be a move back home to my Arkansas. And I hope he gets it, and I hope he doesn't get it. I want to move, but I don't want to move. It's a lot of work to move, and I end up doing the work, and I have 2 dogs, and I have a fenced-in yard for them here. We're good here. You know, we have our issues here, but, you know, I'm not in the country, but I don't have to be in the country. I just would like a chicken coop. With the price of eggs these days. Now, in the last tornado that we had come through here a couple weeks ago, I did lose my egg person, but I have since found another egg person. And she's a really sweet young girl. And so I'm very happy with her. I met up with her last week and got 5 dozen eggs, and that will last me a couple weeks. And she put us on her calendar for every 2 weeks to get eggs. Yes, she's that sophisticated. She has a calendar, so yay! I'm glad. I'm happy for her. And they were really good eggs. They're big, normal size eggs. So. But my previous egg people, their farm had a tornado go through it. So yeah, I wasn't too happy about that, and so they're having to go through the insurance and rebuild, and you know, they lost their farm, half the barn, and the chicken coops. So yeah, they lost their little income, and some of the equipment was damaged because it got flipped. I mean, they took a dead hit from that tornado. It was bad. I went to go visit them and see the house, what remained of the house. And I was like, oh my God, how did you guys make it? Oh, we were in the storm shelter. And I'm like, thank goodness, because there's nothing else left. And now it has me wanting a storm shelter. And I'm like, I can't really get down and get into the stairs. I looked at theirs and I'm like, oh, I couldn't get into that. And the husband's like, you could if a tornado was coming. I'm like, oh, I have my dogs. He's like, grab them, throw them down there. We took our shepherd with us, but they had enough time to get to the storm shelter. I woke up, and it was the same day I woke up. I told you the tornadoes come to town in that video. Well, when it was coming through mine, and I was asleep, if I'd had a storm shelter, I could have just snapped in the storm shelter and been hunky dory, and I was safe. The tornado did not hit my house. Okay, it hit around me, but you know, it hit the park, which is a couple blocks that way and a couple blocks this way. So I was right in the middle of it. Scared shitless because I'd just woken up and heard the wind. I'm like, oh shit, not again. And yeah, it was scary, but at least I still had my house. My friends do not have their house. They're living with their son. His chicken farm that was up the road from him got damaged. The house was fine because it was a little bit further up the road. But it hit the chicken house and his chicken houses. But they're going to have to go through rebuilding and whatnot. And, yeah, it's a pain. So I had to find me another egg person. But I like her. She's like I said, very sweet. And then my friends that I was puppy sitting for, I had to go to up there towards St. Louis for a business trip. And I tell you, they were coming back, and the wife was texting me, and she's like, we are making a run for it because it is getting bad up here. And they're under a tornado watch and warning, and she was sending me pictures of, I'm sorry, did I get your tail? Not bad, I'm sorry. And she was sending me pictures of the sky and whatnot. You could almost see a tornado wiggling. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys get out of there, get safety, hit the road, Jack, and don't look back, and don't bring the weather with you. Type of thing. I was like, keep that weather in the rear view and get your heck back home. Now, we didn't have the weather come through yet. I don't know if I think it went around us, I think, for the most part. Oh, goodness, but it's tornado season here, y'all. It's tornado season. It's weather season, and I don't like it. Did I? Let's see. I had a couple of those. Need get me a couple more colors. Let's see. I need the 7. Where's the 7? And so yeah, that's what's been going on here. With the weather anyway. I told you about the farmer's market. Told you about that. I'm checking my notes. Mentioned puppy sitting. The dogs are good. Yeah, the dogs are doing good. They're still. I just brought them in from being outside. We went to the where earlier and went for a WALK, and so we got a little workout in. So that's good. Let's see. Tree. Everything else is doing good. I'm still working along on my stuff. Are you still working along on your stuff? Good. I'm glad. How is my personal life and how is me and hubby doing? Well, that's still another topic for yet another video. I'm not gonna rant about it. I'm not gonna get into it. We're having some issues. I will say we were having some issues. I came home last night, and here's a couple hubby stories for you, okay? Came home from puppy sitting last night, and came home. First thing, my dogs greet me at the door, and he's back here defrosting the freezer. And the dog's water bowl is dry as a bone. I mean, dry. And I'm like, how come you haven't filled the dog's water bowl? Oh, I've been busy. I'm like, too busy to take care of the dogs properly? And I kind of, I no sooner hit the door than I had to start chewing, because it's like, I kind of depend on you to help with them when I'm not able to be here and I'm needed elsewhere. And yeah, he proceeded to tell me that he had been busy doing some other stuff, and of course then at the time I walk in, he's trying to defrost the upright freezer. So I get, I give the dogs some water and, whatnot, and proceed to come back to the bedroom where he's at, because that's where the freezers are. They're right behind me. And what do I see when I come into my little area? I have a table behind me. It's right behind me. That has my other canvases, my other whips on it, right? Right. And there's some mixed vegetables thawing. A whole basket, like the whole freezer basket. He just pulled it out of the freezer and plopped it on the table on top of my diamond paintings. And they were thawing because he'd been working on it for a while and chipping at the ice, and so here was the food thawing on my diamond paintings. And yeah, I jump in for that, and I was like, hey, water and diamond paintings don't mix. Get those off of there and get that cleaned up now. And he just kind of gave me attitude. I'm like, no, I threw him in the floor. I was like, no, you don't do that. I was like, you will damage my artwork. And so yeah, I no sooner had to come in and chew than yeah. I don't like that of my aspect of my life. I wish he had a brain. But apparently he doesn't. And leastwise, he's not thinking with the right one. He's thinking with the other one. And, yeah, he told me some other stuff about while I was gone that, I won't get into it. But, yeah. Issues, people, issues. So it's kind of taking a toll on my mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, so let me stop what I'm doing and do my little plug for mental health. Do something. Make sure your mental health does matter. There's so much stress in life, and it can be from anywhere. So it could be from relationships. It could be from money issues with the lovely economy, and everything. It could be job related. It could be non-job related. It could be car related. Maybe you have a car. Maybe you need to get work on your car. Maybe you want a better car or can't afford a better car. Whatever. There's so many stresses. Pick one. Stop. Breathe. Just breathe for a moment. Take a couple deep breaths and relax. Do a hobby. Listen to some music. Read a book. Take a walk with a dog, without a dog, whichever. Go work in the garden. It's springtime. Get outside. Do some stuff. Plant a vegetable garden. My neighbor has a chicken/duck house. I'm not sure what he's putting in there, but he's installing something over there. So the dogs are going to have something else to bark at. Work on a puzzle, do some coloring, do whatever. Whatever it takes. Do some sewing. If you're into sewing, go for it. I cannot sew, but, whatever relaxes you, gives you a little me time, go do it. Whether you're diagnosed with a mental issue or not, mental health is important to everybody. Everybody. Everybody has issues. We all have stress in our lives. Take a little me time, take a little downtime, and take care of yourself, okay? Because you do matter. You are enough. Just this last week, I was reading Facebook. And I don't know the issues, but it happened in my town not that far. It was across town. We have, how you have these bridges in some cities that the train comes through, and you have like a overpass over it going where the train goes under you and the city road goes over it. We have like 3 of those in our town. And I didn't know the name of this particular one, but it's over there by the chicken plant that my hubby works at and does the IT for. And apparently a day or 2 ago, someone jumped off of it and took their own life. I don't know. We don't know the name of the individual. We don't know. I just saw it on Facebook that people were talking about it. And I'm like, what bridge was this? Because we have 3 in our area. And I was like, I didn't even know they had names, okay? And so apparently they do have names, and they told me which one it was. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was the one right there by hubby's work. And of course he was off that day, but still, it's just, it happens. It happens every day. And I don't know if this person survived or not. Don't know their name. I don't know why they did what they did. I don't know their circumstances, and I will never know. Most likely I'll never know. But I'll tell you right now, I sat down and prayed for him. I told the Lord, I was like, I don't know if they made it or not, if you took them home or not, but, it's Mental Health Month, and they really could use some extra prayers, so I gave them some extra prayers. If they survived, I hope they get the help they need. Goodness knows, there's a lot of it in this world. The world is getting bad with that, and, it's just, that's my little mental plug for Mental Health Month, okay? So take it what it is. Do something nice for yourself. Enjoy the little things, whether it's a flower, a garden, a book, a dog, a diamond painting, whatever. Do something for yourself. Get you your me time in. What did I do for my me time this week? I went to my book club on Tuesday. I've diamond painted. And I went over to visit my friends and puppy sitted them. Their little dogs. They have a Chiweenie and a Chihuahua and a Chiweenie. And yeah, I that was my health for the month or for the week. My mental health stuff that I did. So yeah, let me know down below what you've done for your week. If you're doing anything special for your mental health, let me know down below, okay? And while you're there, like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell. It's free. You know, the little bell thing will notify you whenever I do another video. Goodness knows these dogs need their own video. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you. Sadie, y'all, Sadie. But anyway, I'm going to get off here and finish this little section and get back with working on my paintings. I will catch you in the next one. In the meantime, remember, mental health matters, y'all. It's June, so be nice to your... Not June, it's May. It's May. Yes, May. So be kind to that mind. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.